contracts. Now, while the state government says that the decision is aimed at ensuring housing for all, including the deprived sections, the move has been widely criticized by the opposition BJP, which calls it blatantly illegal and against the constitution. But first up, let's listen in to what the government has to say regarding this decision.
Housing for all is to be implemented. And right now we see that houseless are more in various downtrodden and minorities. We have increased the housing reservation from 10 to 15, looking at the ground realities.
Now, as far as the opposition BJP is concerned, it has been slamming the Siddaramaiah government's decision, calling it as unconstitutional and accusing the Congress-led government of trying to appease for its vote bank. While Union Minister Prahlad Joshi has said that additional quota will eat into the number of houses and the scheme that is meant for the welfare of the SC, ST and the OBC community. Here's how the political face-off has been playing out.
More than 3 commissions earlier have declared that the minorities, they have done socio-economic studies and very clearly they have said they need upliftment. Even in the previous government, there was a Sarkara committee that had said the same.
ये जो धर्म आधारित रिजर्वेशन है, वो जॉब में हो, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में हो या हाउसिंग स्कीम में और हाउसिंग स्कीम में हो, ये तो पूरा एंटी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है. इसका अर्थ क्या है? जो ओबीसी एससी एसटी का कोटा कम हो जाता है.
So that is how the political reactions that have been coming in from both sides. But this is not for the first time when the Congress Sarkara in Karnataka has been accused of appeasement vote bank politics. Let's take a look at other decisions that have been taken by the government, which also what the BJP says reeks of appeasement. Let's talk about as far as one of those attacks that has been leveled by the BJP, which has been the 4% quota for Muslims in government civil contracts. That has raised even protests on part of the BJP. The bill that was passed but was reserved for the assent. Let's in the meantime take a look exactly when it comes to another appeasement attack by the BJP that has been made, saying that 1,000 crore for minority colony development is also reeking of vote bank and appeasement politics. Another charge that has now been made is of 150 crore in budget to protect the Waqf assets, something that the Siddaramaiah Sarkara had promised, and also withdrawing from the Hubballi riots case, but it was when it comes to the High Court that set it aside. Also another appeasement charge that has been made by the BJP, saying that the cases against the SDPI and the PFI that has been dropped in previous regime, that also amounts to appeasement politics as far as when it comes to these charges that have now been leveled. But this is not for the first time when the Congress Sarkara in Karnataka that has now been accused of appeasement. As far as the decisions that have been taken by the government, this is where the opposition BJP has now been raising questions. Let's in the meantime get in a word from Neha, who is joining us live right now. Neha, good morning. We have been hearing reactions coming in from the both sides. Housing for all is what the Siddaramaiah Sarkara says. The BJP says that on the basis of religion, quota cannot be given. I guess, Neha, your mic is on mute. If you can unmute yourself, and then we can hear you. All right, just getting that audio line connected with Neha. Apologies for that. But what has now been said, in the meantime, as we get reconnected, the BJP, which has now slammed the Siddaramaiah Sarkara's decision, calling it as unconstitutional, and accusing the Congress-led government in the state of making an illegal and unconstitutional decision, saying that there cannot be any reservation on the basis of religion, and the Constitution does not allow for the same. Neha, if you can hear me, yes, please continue.
Yes. Amita, of course, you know, whenever it's come to an issue of minority appeasement, the Congress government has often taken quite that defensive stand there, even as you have the opposition BJP, of course, you know, in the state, now slamming the government yet again. Well, this has to do with a cabinet decision from yesterday, which, of course, you know, now allows for reservation housing schemes as well for the minority community. We've heard, of course, you know, from senior Congress minister as well, you know, Mr. Priyank Kharge, they're going on to defend this move, saying that, you know, various commissions in the past have in fact pointed out that the Muslim community or the minorities in fact, do belong to the backward classes, and which is why this particular move has been done. And if the BJP, of course, had any issues regarding that, they should have challenged the decisions of the commissions earlier. Now, of course, as far as the politics around this is concerned, it has become a new flashpoint over here in the state for the opposition, and the government is far over.
All right, not for the first time, as the BJP says, saying that the Congress seems to be determined to sow the seeds of division, to polarize communities and to rip apart the social fabric of Karnataka, all for a short-term political gain. Those are the accusations that are being raised. Neha, for the moment, thank you very much for joining in.